In the trailer, the main media advertisement for any motion picture has a distinctive and conventional style in order to appeal to its target audience. Trailers follow part of Todorow's theory in how a motion picture is structured as well as the trailer. The trailer follows his theory in three parts. 1. The equilibrium. This is where we see no disruption with the character's world and it is normal. This is shown in horror trailers by the use of calm music and the characters appearing happy. For example, The Purge, when the family are at dinner being happy. In my trailer, I've shown this by showing my protagonist, Lily, played by Rebecca Falwell, being bullied by the student as she is throwing a paper ball to her back. Although this shows that she is not happy, it shows her life before the events of the plot begin to unfold. I wanted this so that my audience can sympathise with her as for the trouble she is having at school. 2. The disruption. This is where interference has come into the character's world and it breaks the equilibrium. In my trailer, I've shown the disruption by having Benedict, played by Joe Barringham, having his hand in the shadow looming over Lily, played by Rebecca Falwell. I've done this because it shows Benedict wants Lily and how we as the audience know that he is with Lily, but Lily does not know that Benedict is with her. And when she walks to the window, Benedict is watching over her even when she's sleeping. This is so my audience can begin to worry for the protagonist as they know that something bad is going to happen to them. Number 3. The recognition. This is where the characters have come to realise that something is not right. In my trailer, I've shown this by having Lily reacting to a text she receives from Benedict when he catches Lily with another guy other than himself. This is so that the audience can be aware of Lily as they know that she will be in danger. At the beginning of the trailer, I wanted to have my company ident to be placed at the very start. This is so that my audience can clearly see who the film is made by, and I wanted it to be an animatic. This is also because it is typical of idents to have animation. For example, the ident of Universal Studios with the moving earth, and at the start, again, this is because the audience can see who the film is made by before the trailer debuts. Next, we have the equilibrium. But it is not such a happy environment, as my film has my main character being bullied by the other students and having no friends in her school life. I wanted it to show my protagonist in the troubles that she has. This is so that my audience can sympathise with her and understand why she does the actions. We then have the next scene of her in her bedroom with her laptop talking online to a guy called Benedict, the antagonist, but I wanted it to show that she is happy and how in that moment she has her equilibrium. Next, we have the disruption of her equilibrium, and I wanted the antagonist to be represented as a sort of stalker in how he loves her too much and that he won't let her out of his sight. And the hand moving towards the protagonist symbolises this, and with the music accompanied with it gives it an uncomfortable environment, and with the music box as well. I have multiple views of the antagonist, one in an eye match from the protagonist who walks up to her window and sees him. I wanted this to be the disruption because it indicates to the audience what the antagonist is like other than a stranger on the other side of the screen. And usually, with disruptions in horror trailers, it usually begins with the antagonist making itself known to the protagonist, but sometimes he or she doesn't know that the antagonist is there, but the antagonist has an aura around them. With the antagonist introduced, I wanted to show the audience a happy moment for the protagonist. I showed her in her normal unhappy school life, but when she trips and her books drop to the floor, a guy comes along and offers to pick them up for her. This proves that she can find happiness without the use of online friends, and we see them talking and having a laugh together, and I wanted my audience to be happy for her that she's found someone she can talk to other than a screen. But it doesn't last for long, as when they walk out of school, we have the protagonist in the 9-line match looking at her phone to see a daunting text sent by Benedict. This will mean to the audience that she has found a friend, but the antagonist is keeping or trying to keep her away from him and wanting her all to himself. Accompanied with the background music also helps to stimulate the current scene into an uncomfortable situation. This is typical in trailers because usually you have the antagonist's aura around the protagonist when the disruption appears. This scene in itself acts as the pure disruption because of what Lily has done has made the antagonist angry, i.e. the disturbing text that was sent from him, and the scene that appears next will trigger the antagonist to take it even further as he stalks the protagonist when she is walking home. Then the protagonist stops and realizes that there is someone behind her, and a company of the heartbeat helps to bring in the tension of the scene as we are hearing her reaction as to what will happen. She turns around and no one is there, and we have low music as to bring in the suspension as the protagonist looks on, and the audience are set to worry for her as they will know that something is about to happen, and then the antagonist leaps up from behind and grabs her, followed by sharp sudden music. This scene provides suspense and tension as it is at this point where the protagonist will be in danger and the antagonist has come after her and that she will not be safe. The next part of my trailer shows the protagonist in the tension and fast-paced movements, as when near the end of the trailer you have fast-paced and quick shots to anticipate the audience and to make it exciting and thrilling. In my trailer, I have shown this by having the shot of the axe, which conveys the horror element of violence through weapons, with text slides showing different parts of the tagline as the action continues, following from the different perspectives of the protagonist and the antagonist from a parallel edit, with the use of quick and climatic music to accompany the scene and shot changes, and to make the music go higher and higher, and then stop when all the action is finished, and then it leads to an end scare. At the end of the trailer, it is typical and conventional for it to have an end scare. This provides the audience with a long take of the film, but to provide with a scare that will jump the audience, giving them an experience of what it would be like when they go and see the film at the cinema, and including the title of the film, bidding block, and the date of release at the very end. How I have shown this in my trailer is by having a moment when the protagonist is chased by the antagonist, but the audience are first shown nothing but a dark hallway in which they don't know what's going to appear along, with no music to accompany the suspense and mystery of the scene. But the audience then see the protagonist running towards them, and the antagonist slashes the axe at the screen with a sharp sudden music to give the scene a jump, when the scene goes to a blackout and then fades into the animatic title, as it is always typical for the title of the trailer to have animation, as that can also signify the sub-theme of the film. With mine, the title goes fuzzy and glitched. This helps indicate my sub-theme technology to the glitchy appearance of the title, as it plays a crucial part in the plot of my film, also along with the background music to round off the trailer as being uncomfortable. The trailer then finishes with the bidding block and release date of the film. This is typical because it gives the audience information about who is involved in the film and the release dates, websites, and the social networks that the film is available for the audience to browse, giving them multiple access to different platforms in which they will vary different content from the website and the film.